Now to a First Coast News investigation. Big trucks, big scheme. And we're going to start with this. Why is there a hole in this t-shirt? You can see the hole right there. State investigators say this is part of a cheating scheme centered in Jacksonville, making our roads treacherous. It's all tied to an issue in the news now. Just days ago, a truck driver in South Florida arrested after a crash that killed 3 people. According to the Department of Transportation, the driver from India made an illegal turn across a median. And you can see here the crash scene behind this sign. And you can see it says, official use only, no U-turn. But could he read that? The DOT report says the driver was tested and he could not identify 3 of 4 road signs. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis speaking out.
They did an English test and he failed abysmally, not even close. But how ridiculous is it that somebody would get a commercial driver's license who doesn't understand the language of this country, doesn't understand road signs?
Tonight, First Coast News has obtained evidence on how people in Jacksonville are cheating to get on our roads in big trucks. And to explain, let me take you back to an awful night in Nassau County that shattered the life of this local mom.
Now, before we get started on the rest of the video and we talk about what's being pressed here, I talked about that illegal immigrant in one of my last videos before I went on vacation this past week. And yeah, they had tested him and he couldn't actually read the signs. He could not pass the English proficiency test. He could not identify the signs, and it caused 3 people to lose their lives in Florida. And this was coming out of California. And so now this is how you've gotten these people. Well, we'll go over in the video. I know they're going to cover it, but these people are using cheating methods to pass these tests, not knowing what the tests actually say. And this is really just putting American lives in danger at the end of the day.
There's a car that crashed. Oh my God.
911 calls from 2017. I-95 near Yulee, a 26-car pileup, and inside this car, Connor Design, a new graduate of Creekside High.
No mother should be forced to lose their babies.
His mom back then showing me her necklace.
Do you find yourself touching that a lot? I bet.
It's from the funeral home.
It's his fingerprint. It is. It's the last thing that I have of him.
And now, 7 years later, she's still wearing it.
And I said I wasn't gonna cry.
Now she has something new to say, along with her attorney, Curry Pagic.
Commercial truck drivers who can't read and speak English, take them off the road because they're killer drivers.
Pagic says the trucker who crashed into Connor could not read English. His name, Yadwinder Sangha. Pagic says Sangha, who speaks Punjabi, used an interpreter in his tape deposition under oath, and he admits this.
I don't read English.
The sign said, slow down, traffic stopped ahead.
That message, he says, starting 6 miles back before the crash scene. And how many signs were there?
At least 3.
In April, President Donald Trump signed an executive order saying this.
Truck drivers who can't read and can't speak English.
And I agree with that executive order. I was actually gonna, talk about that I agree with what Trump is doing with the executive order, banning non-English speakers from being able to drive trucks, because not only are they putting themselves in danger, but they're putting the public in danger because they don't know the rules of the road. They don't know the rules of the road. And a lot of people go, oh, how dare you, like that's racist. A lot of Hispanic people are truck drivers and how they're supposed to make a living. If they're illegal, if they're not here legally, and they can't understand the road signs, they don't understand what the things on the roads mean, they don't need to be here. They don't need to be driving in the first place, but they don't need to be here either. And that's the problem. It's not racism when you're talking about putting lives at risk with a 40,000 or 40-ton, whatever it is, a death machine, like a truck, like an 18-wheeler. It's insane. These people would rather you be in danger so that they can look virtuous and they can look like they care about everybody. But what they don't realize is that when you care so much for everyone, that you care for you actually don't care for the people that you should be caring for. Because what you do is when you are empathetic and you care for everyone and you want everyone to be in America and you want everybody to be able to do whatever it is that they want, people end up getting hurt in the process. And then you advocate for those same people that are hurting others to be released or not be deported back to their countries. There is a legitimate petition out there that's been signed by like 2 million people, I believe, asking for the release of this Indian man who killed 3 people, making that illegal U-turn. Because at the end of the day, that wasn't really his fault. So whose fault was it that he didn't speak English and he got a license? I mean, besides the government of California, whose fault was it that he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing? So just because he didn't speak English, now we should just be lenient? None of these people would be lenient to an America that did the same thing. They'd say throw the book at him, but because he's an illegal immigrant and he's a brown person, all of a sudden now we have to have empathy. And no, we should let him out. We shouldn't punish him because he couldn't read the signs.
Must be taken off the road immediately.
But it does not solve a big issue.
These global trucking companies who are bringing non-English speaking drivers from Canada, Mexico, and India, driving on our roads
Get them out.
and exposing our children to harm.
And now we have an exclusive look into a criminal investigation about just that. We've obtained documents about 5 people arrested in Jacksonville. We're showing only the face of the man already convicted. The charges? Felonies. Cheating to get their CDL, commercial driver's license to drive a truck. Do the men arrested speak English? On the arrest reports, take a look. All requested interpreters. The arrests fall under the Bureau of Criminal Investigations and Intelligence from the Florida Highway Patrol. It's complex?
This is a very elaborate case. It is.
Sergeant Dylan Bryan with FHP says there is now an investigation statewide across Florida. Dozens and dozens of cases, he says. And the cheating scheme centered in Jacksonville.
Put your phone down. All right. Stand up for me.
You're watching now a body camera from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office of an arrest made inside the DMV on Roosevelt. One man arrested, Vladislav Urashik, found guilty of 2 felonies, sent to jail in April for 8 months.
Just 8 months?
Brian calls him above entry level, but not the mastermind. So you're looking for the kingpin?
Always.
So how does FHP say this cheating scheme works?
We were shocked to see the extent that they were going to.
Brian calls it organized fraud. According to investigators, the men went in here, the DMV on Roosevelt, to take the CDL test to drive a truck. But they are rigged up with equipment to get their answers.
And you see the actual apparatus that he's wearing. He has a chest harness that actually holds the phone.
A red iPhone in the harness, and under a t-shirt, you see the hole right there? So he comes in this t-shirt with a hole cut in it.
Yes.
Now watch this. In a video we've obtained from the DMV, this man opening his shirt. Brian says it's kind of like FaceTime. The men sit in front of a computer and wiggle around.
Their body language is abnormal.
Until somebody outside in a parking lot can read the test questions on the screen in English and then tell them through this earpiece in their language. Employees at the DMV got suspicious.
Most people don't start to disrobe when they take a DL test.
They're unbuttoning their shirts.
They are, indeed.
So the 5 men arrested so far, that's just the tip of the iceberg?
It is.
This is happening all over the country. Maybe from Jacksonville we can make a difference.
So what does all this mean for Connor's mom?
Pisses me off.
She says the executive order is not enough. Another president could wipe it away, rescind it. So she's pushing for Connor's Law. Make it stick with a federal law and give officers the power to take away the keys from drivers who cannot understand English.
These big trucks kill people. They are killers when they get in crashes. You and I, in our Hyundai, get killed. They walk away.
Connor's case went to court. The settlement, a lot, $1 billion. However,
I don't give a damn about the money.
because this thought
No mother should be forced to lose their babies.
still haunts her.
Every mama deserves to keep her baby.
Connor's Law is a bill now in Congress. It has 14 sponsors, including Representative John Rutherford from our area. Connor's mom is hoping people will sign it, but
I'm going to stop it right there because everything else they're talking about is kind of irrelevant to what I want to talk about. But I 100% agree that this law should pass, and I guarantee you that there will be Democrats. If they don't oppose it, if not all of them oppose it, some of them will, and it'll be the progressives more than likely who will oppose this because they will see this as racist. Because to them, being racist is worse than somebody actually killing somebody on the road who's not supposed to, because that person's not supposed to be on the road. Again, they don't care about American lives. If this bill does not pass Congress, I will guarantee you it will be the Democrats that will make sure it doesn't pass. But they don't actually care about American lives. They will put everyone else's life and well-being before the American citizens because they don't care about Americans. To them, this will be seen as racist. This will be seen as xenophobic. You should let illegal immigrants drive on our roads in 18-wheelers and just be able to kill anybody with impunity because they can't read the signs, so they don't know what's going on the road. That's what they should be allowed to do. That's basically what these people believe. But I've already said too much. This video was kind of long. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. And if you got anything you want me to react to, my email's in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.